one.
Hello, I'm Matt Ellis. I'm the director at Derwent Hill. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to introduce Jules Carter, or Dr. Julie Carter. Hi Julie, welcome to the centre.
Hi Matt.
The first time we met, Jules, you told me that you'd failed your 11 plus. Would you like to just tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I don't think we knew what we were doing really. We were just told, sit down, do this test, and I think the aspiration was that we'd all fail, which we did, and then on we went to the sort of the next bit of our education, which wasn't panning out really very well for me, and then when I was 13 though, things turned around because I came here to Derwent Hill. And that was just transformative, really. Yeah.
You said that there were two significant impacts that you thought your experience here at the centre had. Would you like to tell us a bit about those?
I think the thing was that, you just don't... I didn't have hope for my life, really. And then I came here, and it was as if the whole world had opened up, and I didn't know that there were mountains and hills in the world, and to be in them and to go kayaking and canoeing and climbing and to be able to do well at it as well. So I had a feeling that I was capable and that I had capabilities, and that then I had a hope really for my future. So I think it instilled things within me, sort of not self-esteem, but a self-capability and belief, really.
Yeah.
And on that also instilled the love of the out there as well, and the love of the outdoors. And I would say that one thing, it also had this effect, which I wasn't aware till much later, but now looking back, I think, and I was quite anxious as a kid, because of my circumstances, really. I don't think I'm inbuilt within me, but I was living in a rough situation, and it enabled me just tapping into that calmness, and knowing even that it was there. I took a bit of that calmness back, and I've never, I think from the day I left here the first time, I've always had a bit of that in my heart. And it's that, like, well, things might be rough at the moment, but just keep calm and keep on and it'll be okay. That enabled me to then do okay at school afterwards, actually.
It might help viewers to know where you live now.
I live over the road to the centre here.
About 100 metres from my office.
Where else would I live if I could choose to live anywhere? I would choose to live here.
So that's the impact it had. And I know, because I know you well now, that you went on actually having failed your 11 plus to become a GP. And you're one of those people that you're achieving several different areas because you also became a champion fell runner. Would you like to tell us a little bit about those two things?
I loved being a GP. I loved the interaction with people, really. And yeah, I feel at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you're having those positive interactions, really, that are sort of helpful and healing in some ways. And I do feel that even though I've moved on from being a doctor now, I was a doctor for many, many years, but even though I've moved on from that, I'm still doing things that are kind of in the same vein in some ways, through my writing and through I'm making theatre shows and all kinds of things, but they're still having kind of, I hope, healing sort of positive connections, really. And in terms of the running, I mean, I do feel that that's not just about being competitive, it's about, again, connecting with the community of other runners, and it's about connecting very much with the place. Because I think this place, it's like my family, really. I call Skiddaw my mother mountain.
Very good, very good. And do you want to tell us a little bit more about the organisation Mindfell?
Well, really, so it's a kind of I just set it up as a kind of personal business to do all the strands of the work I do now, really, which is publishing and writing, and I do a website with a blog that's kind of, anecdotes and stories. It's amusing, but it's more than that. It's a bit deeper, really, and people say that they sort of, they gain from it in their own sort of, it's meant to be kind of nurturing, really, and then, so there's my website with blog, and I do a few little films, and now I'm doing theatre as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of different strands to it, really. Yeah.
And you're a very modest person, and I do know, because I've read them. Why don't you just mention a couple of the books that you've read?
So, well, I've written 4 books, and the most popular book was the first one, which surprises me still, really, because that's called Running the Red Line, and that's all about kind of going outside your comfort zone, which certainly I've got specific memories of the time when I was here at Derwent Hill. I remember being stuck in the reeds down there in the kayak on the lakeshore, and thinking everybody else has managed and they've gone over there. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to sort this out, So, I'm going to have to sort this out. So then, just that kind of being sort of out with what you think you could do, really, and sort of racing. I think racing, it takes you, it pushes you to do things you think you couldn't do, really. So I've enjoyed that sort of Running the Red Line book is all about going beyond your limits, if you like.
Talking of going beyond your limits, we have a charity called Friends of Derwent Hill that raises funds and raises bursaries for young people to come and attend courses at the centre. What are you planning to do?
So the week after next, I'm planning to set off from here and run over the Cumbrian Fells, and then over the Eden Valley, and then over High Cupnick and down to Teesdale, and then over the Weardale Moors, and then over through some cycle paths and all the way down to Wearside and along the River Wear into Sunderland, and arrive at the Stadium of Light. So it's a bit of a long run and I want to draw attention to the work of Derwent Hill and to raise funds for children to come here, because not every family can afford the cost to send a child here, and I was in that situation once myself, and without Derwent Hill I don't know what my life would have been, really, to be honest.
And Jules, so that kind of run, obviously it's an incredibly long way. Are you going to be doing that over sort of 2 or 3 weeks and stopping in bed and breakfast?
No, so I'm going to do it, the challenge was to do it within 48 hours, and I might extend that by a couple of hours now, just because I've worked out where I need to be at certain times. But basically I'm setting off Tuesday the 8th in the afternoon, 8th of April, and I'll arrive in the Stadium of Light by 4 o'clock on Tuesday.
Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday, sorry. Yes, I'm already on Thursday, thank you, of the 10th. So, sort of, within that time frame, really. There'll be a little bit of rest. I hope to get a little bit of sleep during the nights, but it won't be a full night's sleep. And my partner's going to follow in the van, so if I do need to go for a couple of hours sleep, I can do that.
Well, that is an incredibly ambitious challenge, and I think it's going to be really inspirational for a lot of people who get a chance to see this video. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Matt.